Ready to listen, discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Kiman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Up next, we have some open
Talk
line.
Today is brought to you by the Ministry.
We have some open lines, so you can let us know what's on your mind. And later in the show, artist Gordon Solomon joins me to talk about his art. Talk Today's next. Stay with me.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Glad you could join me here, make me part of your afternoon. Well, back to work, huh? After the long weekend. Yes, good news. 4-day week. Yes. Friday will come just a little bit quicker this week, right? I hope you enjoyed your holiday, a long weekend there. I don't know. My holiday, gosh, I ended up working. Yeah, kind of I don't know. It was one of those kind of things where, you make plans, and but everything kind of went awry. I planned to go into the office, do some work yesterday, and said, I'll have enough time to get something significant done. Then I could head downtown to the to the celebration of Emancipation Day. It was not to be. I was hoping to even catch the fireworks. I heard the fireworks. I was on Hulda Avenue there, and I didn't see the fireworks. I heard them, and they were quite loud. But would have been nice to have been able to enjoy the goings-on downtown there. But I hope you did. But, that's how things go. And it's open line for right now up on until 1 when we'll be joined by Gordon Solomon. And if you want to give me a ring, 1-800-534-8255. That's toll-free, courtesy of Flow. You can also reach me on 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. I think we have someone on the line now. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon to you, Charles.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Yes, that was a good thing to bring it back again.
The Emancipation Day?
The Emancipation. I know we had sort of given it a holiday, so to speak, for a while.
I said it was pushed to the side, but...
yeah, pushed to the side. You want to put it that way, the wayside. And, of course, the actual abolition date was in July 1834. It was at the stroke of midnight. So 1 second after that is the 1st of August. And that's why most of the countries celebrate the 1st of August as Emancipation
We
Day.
got the proclamation late.
Yeah, well, what happened was that we knew about it, but the slaves is a complex thing that was happening here. The slaves had not been registered as they should have been, and so that held up the compensation for the slave owners. You know, they were compensated by Great Britain. Great Britain had set aside £20 million to do that. Billions and billions of pounds in today's money for all the colonies that stretched right around the world at the time. But the 985 of us who were slaves here were adamantly against this apprenticeship labor system that the British government has implemented to placate slave owners for losing the services of their slaves that they had paid for at auction. You know, it sounds callous and different, and for me to say it like this, for ancestors are paid bought at auction, or some of our ancestors, some of our a mix in both slave owner and slave ancestorship. Anyhow, the 985 slaves are adamant against it. So representation had been made to the British governor in Jamaica. Sligo was his title, I believe. Sligo, yeah.
That was his
he was
name.
from Sligo in Ireland. That's why they gave him titles from where they
Lord
were from.
Sligo?
Yeah, Lord Sligo. His real name was Peter Brown Ho, I believe. Peter Brown Ho, H-O-W. And he wrote that a document that we often talk about and brought it here to Cayman himself. He came here on the biggest British battleship in Kingston Harbour. But he was accompanied by Captain Anthony Pack, who came on a captured sloop. The sloops are what the pirates use, very light ships that with shallow draft. And Pack read it out. He actually read it out first at what is now the museum, I believe, on May the 3rd. And then in Bordentown on May the 5th. Then at the old Pedro St. James, Pedro Castle, on May the 6th, 1835. The governor spent a day here, but Pack stayed on for like 3 weeks to form a proper militia and all that. But it freed all the slaves here from that apprenticeship system. That was also thought to be a smooth transition from free labor into paid labor, this apprenticeship period of 4 years and 5 years. I think it was 4 and 5 years. Or up to 7 years, I believe, in some instances. Anyhow, as I said, a complex thing. But it went on in the other colonies for the full period of the 4 and 5 years. For instance, the big colony of Jamaica, they had tens of thousands of slaves, tens of thousands. Huge sugar plantations.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very small sugar plantation in Jamaica. And I mean very small. It would be 7,000, 8,000 acres. That would be small. You know what 8,000 acres looks like. All of Safe Haven is just 260 acres, I think. So it gives you an idea. Anyhow, but it went on there in those islands that the slave owners were paid. It was a complex thing. It would be good for us to teach more about it in the schools. Or the teachers could learn themselves, because I don't believe they know that much about it. That's my opinion. The whole slavery issue.
Yeah, well, it's important that we teach our history,
Yes.
You know, I mean, not to say that you shouldn't know Caribbean history too, but our history is very important that we know.
Because I'm going to say something now, why I said this, is that now there are a couple of questions I pose. People can give their opinion as to what I'm talking about. Well, the first one is, what are really the benefits to us, the Caymanian people, the ordinary Caymanian, when I say Caymanian people, the ordinary generational Caymanian, to be full members of CARICOM? I don't, I guess there are lots of other half-idiots like myself who don't really understand what it's all about as far as being beneficial to Caymanians. And other things, Yes.
But we as a British overseas territory, we can't be full members, right? As far as I know,
I believe we can't be, but they're
they're
asking,
observers or something like that.
Bermuda is also putting in for full membership or talking
They
about
are?
it. But I just wondered what are the benefits of being members of CARICOM. You understand what I'm saying? Any part of that. But I remember it's a little bit troubling to me. There were some years ago, I remember there was when the position of Commissioner of Police was sort of vacant. We did have a commissioner come down, and I believe he spent like 3 months or 2 months, and he said no, he couldn't police the way he'd want or something like that, to that effect, anyhow. And then one spent, I believe, much less than that. And it's not that very long ago. You remember that?
No, I don't.
But I'm pretty sure that happened. I didn't dream it up. But someone else can go talk about it. And it's troubling to me what this just shows you the magnitude of the job that Commissioner Walton has. I'm pretty sure it's what he said. He was the one who left within like 3-4 days, that he wouldn't be able to carry out his job as he wanted to do under the sort of guidelines that was given to him. I'm just, it didn't exactly say it in those words, I imagine, but that's what you would gather. And then there's the troubling thing of the Tempura investigations that we've never really been told what it's about, but they're spending
it's top secret.
the people's money. And why is it top secret? It's never been explained, but there's something to do with the judiciary that was explained by the governor, then Governor Jack. He did say something about judiciary. And, you know, it's sort of troubling because there's always a talk of with the general value for money, and I believe over $14 million have already been spent on it, quite a big sum of money, and more than that.
Well, when it comes to those sorts of things, you know, that's like an exception to the rule.
Yeah, so they say. So they should. In modern days, they're asking for transparency, but you can't give them transparency unless you know something. So I'm sure, pretty sure, some past members of Parliament must know something about it, or present members would know something about it, and the present governor would be advised about it, and so forth. I'm just curious that none of our elected representatives keep asking for any information about it.
Well, I'm sure there's people who don't even know what you're talking about. That's how it's deep.
Yes.
Or far back it's been put on the burner now.
But it's not that far back, really. It isn't.
Not in history, no. Listen, I got to take a break.
I just thought I'd put that out there.
Okay, all right. That's good. All right, you take care. I'll be right back after this.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from May 11 to 15 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.porterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Sunday, May 10th at 7 p.m. Join us at the Lion Center in Grand Cayman for Tribute to Mothers, featuring the legendary The Hoppers and Chris Blue, Season 12 winner of The Voice, along with William White, the Williams family, and the CIC Youth Choir, proudly supported by the Office of the Premier, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage, the Ministry of District Administration and Home Affairs, Radio Cayman 89.9, and Praise 87.9 FM. Gates open at 6 p.m. Tickets $25 pre-sold, $30 at the gate, $10 for children, and VIP $50. Get your tickets at Funky Tang's, Cayman Islands Conference Office, and in your local churches. Tribute to Mothers, May 10th at the Lion Center.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Well, that ad there reminded me of Mother's Day coming up. I asked the question in my house, when is Mother's Day? And I was told that was for me to research. We got a couple of callers on the line there. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Hi there, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Great.
Had a pretty productive day yesterday.
So you worked too? You worked on the holiday?
Only for myself.
Well, that was my case also. And you know what? When you work for yourself, you do overtime. You don't get overtime pay.
You see, I had my daughter half the day, and I worked on my car the other half.
So what's up?
I was just listening, just a little bit. I just tuned in, and I overheard you on the last caller, and
Mickey, our historian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mickey. And I when it come into emancipation and came on, I think of it like how I always say, an educated society is unfit for slavery, and education is a big thing here in Cayman, and still in the works. But I like to talk about some other types of slavery that we going on with still today. We trying to sort out. When we speak about Cayman being a tax haven, I don't know if being a tax haven means tax free, because the haven is only for those who are searching for it, for safety. A haven is a place for safety. And we here in Cayman, as Caymanians, I don't know how safer we can be when we have others extorting from us, because extortion is another word that we could use for taxation.
Or duty. Duty is another one too. Duty.
That too, yeah. But I'll use extortion for right now because
okay.
because extortion is like the practice of taking something, especially money, through a force or threat. And we got rogue businesses in the Cayman Islands, and it's no secret there, because we see it every single day, at least if we pay attention to it. And I think educating people about it as well is important, because extortion can come through charges that are placed on goods like taxation. And because you don't call it tax and you just call it a fee, doesn't mean it's not tax. Because if you go to a store and you buy a drink for $1 and they tell you, oh, you're paying by card, so we're going to have to charge you 5%. That's extortion. That's taxation.
Wait, they charge you 5% on top of the cost of the item you're getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And those are rogue businesses in my eyes because they have not been audited. And they're also restaurants, not because they are serving gratuity. They are charging you because the banks are also extorting the businesses. And I don't think that because the banks are extorting the businesses that the businesses should be extorting the people, because that's taxation.
So when you say the banks are extorting the merchant, are you talking about that percentage that they take off any debit card or credit card charge?
Yeah, because if the business owner is feeling like that's a charge that is being taxed out of them, and they take it out of the people, then that's just the cycle continuing as taxation.
Yeah, well, the bank's charge is around 3% that they take off of whatever you use. If a merchant uses the card or accepts the card, then whatever goes to the bank takes off, about 3%.
Yeah, and then that goes to the consumer, which would take out 5 to 7%. So far that I've seen here in Cayman.
Well, I guess they're trying to cover that charge of the bank so that they don't come out on the short end. But I mean, that's ridiculous too, because when you sign up to accept the debit card or the credit card, you're accepting the bank's terms that you're going to have to pay them 3%.
Yeah.
You agreed to that, so
yeah.
I don't know that's not right though. They're going to charge you 5% on top of the cost.
And that's how I feel about it too, because like I said before, an educated society is unfit for slavery. I do not participate in that kind of foolishness. I'll prefer to walk out of the store without anything than to pay that, even though it's a small money. In the United States, they're crying because of taxation.
It adds up,
It does add up. It does add up.
So are these like smaller businesses, small stores, corner stores kind of type places that you're talking about?
Yes, sir. And also the same thing with Flow. Because I don't know how the business go with Flow with top-ups in the stores, but when the stores start charging you $1 to top up your phone, and then Flow also charges you. I mean,
the store has to get the store. I can see the store getting a cut out of that.
Yeah, but
it's the convenience of having the top-up machine or whatever there on their premises, right? So business is business.
Should be coming from the store. That should be coming from the store, from Flow.
From Flow?
The people. That should be coming from Flow because they're providing a service.
So tell me something. How when do you pay that $1 or whatever?
You pay that $1 when you put your credit on your phone.
So it's charged directly through the machine?
No, it's charged directly through the person that is selling the credit to you.
They collect an extra $1.
That's right. And then
I would think they would have an arrangement with Flow or Digicel or whoever, that okay, you can sell your top up here, but you're going to pay me a little percentage of that to provide the service and pay the person to do it, whatever.
I would think so too.
It comes off of Flow's. Yeah, it should come off of the providers.
That's right, and I believe it is coming from the providers as well.
So they're double dipping, is what you're saying.
Right, and that's the same way how I feel when it comes into these stores, because sometimes these stores don't even allow you to purchase one little item because they're gonna have to charge you. So then, the more money that they can charge you for, the better it is for them. You have a limit because they're gonna tell you, oh, you can't purchase this thing for $1 or $2 or even $5. You have to purchase more than $7 or something like this.
If you're using a card.
Right. So it defeats the purpose of even using your card in the first place.
Yeah.
So I would like to bring that out to the public because I'm educating people as well to check their stores when they are purchasing things from the card, with their card.
Yeah, because 3% is 3%. I mean, if you charge a person $1 for something and you put that on a card, you get 97 cents when it goes to your bank account, but it's still 3% or whatever.
Yep. That's how I see things going right here now, and I still believe that we're still slaving if we have to pay extra for taxation, at least from rogue businesses.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that to light, that certain businesses operate that way, charging people extra for using a card, or saying you can't. There's a minimum charge, right? Is what they're saying.
Yeah,
use the cards is a minimum charge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've learned this week.
Well, thank you for the call. I got to take a break.
Yes, sir.
But you take care.
You too. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
The Cayman Islands Department of Tourism invites you to the 2026 Tourism Speak-Off on Wednesday, May 6 at Hotel Indigo from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Join us in supporting 4 brilliant young Caymanians as they compete in a tourism-themed debate to become the 2026 Tourism Ambassador and win incredible prizes. Contact us at competition@caymanislands.ky for more information on the event. Let's cheer on our Caymanian youth.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Looking to explore your future in Cayman's insurance industry? Join us at the Cayman Next Gen Insurance Forum on May 28th at the Marriott. This free event is designed for school leavers, university students, and early career Caymanians, with parents also welcome. Learn how the insurance and reinsurance industry works, hear from young professionals, and connect directly with people in the field. The event runs from 2:30 to 6 p.m. with refreshments provided. Register now at imac.ky. or follow at iMac Cayman on Instagram for more information. Hosted by iMac, Circa, and CIIA.
Hello everyone, I'm Joey Hugh. I want to invite you to join us on May 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Seafarers Hall on Victory Avenue in Red Bay. This is a continuation of our PPM listening tour. As we look at development across our islands, we need to balance growth with protecting our environment and our future. Your voice matters in that conversation. Come out, share your concerns, and be a part of shaping the direction we take as a country. I look forward to hearing from you.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and a WhatsApp message here. Agree 100% on the top-up commission. It should be paid by the merchant. I guess they actually mean the phone company should pay the store a commission, not the customer. And we have someone else on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yes. Good afternoon.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm not doing too bad for a young boy. Mr. Jallo, I read some documents on in the days when my mother's grandfather was in office in the best friend and justices in best friend. And I remember some documents on Governor Sligo, Lord Sligo, which is Mr. Howe Peter Brown. The Irishman, as the other gentleman was saying, the historian. And it was it was so much interesting information. And I even got a hold of some of the writings of my great grandfather, my mother's grandfather, but which also referred to Governor Sligo, and that was in the 18 something. But Governor Sligo now, he was an abolitionist who fought to free the slaves, which is the same how Peter Brown from Ireland, as the gentleman was saying. And I've been reading up on him too, which he helped establish Sligoville in St. Catherine, Jamaica, and also to free the slaves in Jamaica, and apparently in different countries. I think maybe even including Cayman. I believe the slaves in Cayman. I think he also fought to free the slaves in Cayman.
I don't know if he fought, but he came and he read the proclamation, right?
Yeah, he the documents say he fought fiercely to free the slaves.
And he was an advocate for emancipation.
He was an advocate for actually full slave emancipation, and he did that for the rest of his life, fighting to free slaves in different countries. So here we go again talking about Mr. Brown, the Irishman. And so the history there's a very interesting history. That's why I tell Cayman, some Cayman, you better try to find out where you're coming from, because like I was telling, I was talking to what this Caymanian girl at a family reunion, and she said to me, I know her. She said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, what are you doing here?" So she trying to say that they're her family and not my family. And I was saying the same thing somehow, because I didn't know she was related to me. But I don't, it's something we don't talk about all that much, family, where people from, where they coming from. Because actually they said documents say and around 1802. There were about 900 and something enslaved people, and I think 300 plus settlers in Cayman, and some very interesting history. So people sometimes, some of them don't have to feel like they're coming from slaves either. Us as Caymanians.
Well, you mentioned that he established Sligoville, right? Yeah, that was actually the first free village for former slaves.
I've been made to understand that, in Jamaica, and I don't know if Bob Marley sang about the Sligoville and all that too, right?
Not that I can recall.
I don't remember.
Maybe some other song.
Yeah, but I said what I wanted to say to Mr. Charles. Some people don't have to feel like they're coming from slaves. They need to be conscious of the fact that they could be coming from slave masters.
Yeah.
Because it were 116 Caymanian families that had slaves, and it wasn't very much people in Cayman at the time.
No, very small population.
And then they been made to understand it was having to do with strengthening the economy, and some also bought and sold slaves and all.
Oh yeah, and some freed slaves, free men as they call them, they were also trading in slaves. Listen, I got another caller that I got to get in before the news. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Good talking to you.
Okay, sir.
Let's take another call. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon again to you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. I'd just like to say it real quickly. I understand what the gentleman was saying, but it's not exactly true about Lord Sligo, but we don't have the time to deal with that. Sligoville, yes, was the first free town, first of all, for the slaves.
Well, he was an advocate, apparently.
But he was not really, or he wouldn't have said what he said with that document that he wrote and brought here. He said, though I think it as an injustice and an inconvenience for the slave owners to be deprived of the services of their Negroes, I am commanded to write this document. Is that an abolitionist? No, he was not. Or he wouldn't have said that. He would have said, I'm so happy and thankful. No, he did not. He said, though I think it's an injustice and an inconvenience for the slave owners to be deprived of the services of their Negroes, I am commanded to write this document. That's what he said. Peter Brown Ho was his full name. I'll leave it at that, Charles.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Hold on. I mean, because I actually looked him up, right? And I see references of being the champion of the slaves.
After they were freed.
He actively fought against the abuses of the apprenticeship system.
But he wouldn't have said that.
I get your point that he said he wrote it because he was commanded.
He have said, I'm so happy and thankful to present this document. So, there's one thing with official thumb and when you have to do things officially and when you're ordered to do things. And also, he did not want to have himself remembered like Belmore, his predecessor, who was also from Ireland, who had the 330-odd slaves executed in Christmas, just before Christmas in Jamaica, their famous Christmas rebellion, Kensington Rebellion, they call it. But that's why I said it would behoove our teachers, because it's interconnected with Cayman. The British governor there was in overall charge of here. Or he wouldn't have had to have written that document if we could write it ourselves, right? Or the head of our government, which was Custos, which was the Chief Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the two-part house it became after elections, a parliamentary system of two houses. The appointed and elected. That he wouldn't have had to have written that, and he did write it, and they'd bring it here, but he wouldn't have said what he said.
I get your point.
Yeah, the freedom was the free towns was, that's it. I know Sligoville, I remember it very well. My other brother Stephen had a 3-acre property there, a nice old-time house and all that, before he left Jamaica permanently. But
it's interesting that you point that out, that the language that was used. I'm seeing something here from History Ireland magazine saying his strong advocacy caused him to face severe opposition from the Jamaican planter class, resulting in his resignation as governor, though he continued to fight for full abolition in Britain.
Yes, it's quite possible.
He was called a champion of slaves.
Yeah, his tenure there could easily, especially after the abolition, and he realized what he had to do to distance himself from that Belmore image, being an Irishman. You see, there the last 2 years before slavery ended, Belmore himself, and he wanted to distance himself from the thought of being likened to Belmore. I'm pretty sure that was part of it. But there's a lot of deep writings about the history of the slavery in Jamaica, and it's interconnected with here, of course. We can't fool ourselves into saying no. But I don't call him a champion at the time when he wrote that thing of abolition. I think he was maybe in between two minds, but if you were and you said something like that, it would be quite, I guess it would be amount to hypocrisy in the highest order. But that's what he said. You can read the document for yourself. That's what he said.
Mickey, thanks for the call. I got to go to the newsroom.
For the break again.
All right, you take care. It's 1 o'clock. Let's see what's making headlines.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, no Cayman, Cayman right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Faith Hospital's main phone lines and internet are currently down due to an issue with the service provider. The Cayman Islands Health Services Authority says the public should call mobile number 939-6338. Again, that number is 939-6338 to reach the hospital. In a public service announcement issued today, the authority apologized for any inconvenience and says work is underway to fix the problem. In international news, the United States says its ceasefire with Iran still holds, even after new attacks in the Strait of Hormuz and on the United Arab Emirates. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the 4-week-old truce, quote, is not over, as U.S. forces escort stranded tankers under President Donald Trump's Project Freedom. In other news, ExxonMobil says new artificial intelligence tools are helping it analyze seismic data from Guyana's oil fields in days rather than months. Vice President of Exploration John Ardill told a conference today the company is also using new technology to pursue oil assets it previously ignored in the country. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts, MBE, JP, 1916 to 1996. Captain Keith Tibbetts of Kimmenbrack, shipwright, sea captain, entrepreneur, businessman, farmer, hotelier, building contractor, airline agent, government auditor, and land adjudicator, was elected as a vestryman before he turned 30. He served 25 years in the Assembly of Magistrates and Vestry and its successor, the Legislative Assembly, becoming a life member of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. In 1962, Captain Keith presented a petition to Sir Kenneth Blackburn, Governor of Jamaica, signed by over 75% of the registered voters in the Sister Islands, stating that if Grand Cayman decided to remain under the governance of an independent Jamaica, Kimmenbrack and Little Cayman would separate from Grand Cayman and become a crown colony under the authority of the United Kingdom. In addition to receiving many awards for heritage preservation, tourism, and community service, Captain Keith was posthumously honored in 1996 when a Russian destroyer was sunk off the northwestern end of Kimmenbrack as a dive attraction and renamed the MV Captain Keith Tibbetts.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Sunday, May 10th at 7 p.m. Join us at the Lion Center in Grand Cayman for Tribute to Mothers, featuring the legendary The Hoppers and Chris Blue, Season 12 winner of The Voice, along with William White, the Williams family, and the CIC Youth Choir, proudly supported by the Office of the Premier, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage, the Ministry of District Administration and Home Affairs, Radio Cayman 89.9, and Praise 87.9 FM. Gates open at 6 p.m. Tickets $25 pre-sold, $30 at the gate, $10 for children, and VIP $50. Get your tickets at Funky Tang's, Cayman Islands Conference Office, and in your local churches. Tribute to Mothers, May 10th at the Lion Center.
The following is a public service announcement from the Water Authority in Cayman-Brac. The Water Authority would like to advise its valued customers that its customer service office in Cayman-Brac will be closed on the day of Friday, May 8 to facilitate its Customer Appreciation event. The Customer Appreciation event will take place at the Aston Rutty Civic Center from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Cayman-Brac Operations Facility will be manned by essential staff, and as such, there will only be emergency deliveries on Friday. Trucked water customers in Cayman-Brac are encouraged to plan ahead and make trucked water orders in advance. The office will reopen with usual hours on Monday, May 11, 2026. The authority apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause and appreciates the public's understanding. For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, bringing you the news, the music, and those moments that matter most and more. From the vinyl days to the digital way. And now, it's time to celebrate you. This Thursday and Friday, we're giving away exciting prizes on air as we continue to mark 50 years strong. Tune in, listen out for your cue, and you could be walking away with something special just for being a part of our journey. Thank you, Cayman Islands, for 50 incredible years. Radio Cayman, yesterday, today, and the next 50.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joey Hughes. I want to invite you to join us on May 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Seafarers Hall on Victory Avenue in Red Bay. This is a continuation of our PPM listening tour. As we look at development across our islands, we need to balance growth with protecting our environment and our future. Your voice matters in that conversation. Come out, share your concerns, and be a part of shaping the direction we take as a country. I look forward to hearing from you.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's do our usual check with the weather. It's 85 degrees here in Georgetown, and it feels like 95 outside. The wind out of the east at 6.8 knots, will be very specific. And today's forecast is calling for showers this afternoon, partly cloudy in the evening, and tonight also partly cloudy with winds out of the east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas are slight. Wave heights 1 to 3 feet, and sunset at 6:48. And no radar today. It says, sorry, radar images are unavailable at this time. All right. Well, let's get back into our interview mode here. And joining me in the studio this afternoon is a well-known artist on the Cayman art scene. If you're a customer of Scotiabank, you just might have a print of some of his work that appears in the 2026 Scotiabank calendar. In 2024, he was recognized as a cultural luminary during the Heroes Day Awards. It is my pleasure to have with me now artist and musician Gordon Solomon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Thank you, Mr.
Good to see you. Been a while.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Very good to see you.
So, how do you describe your style of art?
This particular style, out of probably about 6 styles I have, I call this one the Cubist. With this particular style, I like to explore a lot of my thought world. And in particular today, we're talking about a piece, a Cubist work that's in the National Gallery's National Collection.
Mm.
So they got this piece for me, and that had to be before the lockdown. And the story behind this piece now, Mr. Charlo, Home to Parking Lot.
Is this the one that's in the calendar?
This is the one that's in the calendar. So let's just focus on the calendar a bit, and then I'll tell you the story, because in the calendar, what they're doing, they're promoting Caribbean artists. We have about 8 or 6 Jamaican artists. We have about 4 or 5 from Bahamas, and then we got 3 from Cayman.
Mm.
We have John Barwick, and we also have Miguel Powery. You can hear me good, right?
Yeah, you're good.
And so 3 of us are represented here, and we're in here with a great line of. I love
cameras here.
This one in particular from Barrington Watson. That's an artist from Jamaica.
Just lift it up a little bit.
Yeah,
that's good.
Mm-hmm. And the quality of art, when they first approached me, and there was no 2 ways about it. I said, I'm going to do it. Here's there's also Janet Walker. So there's 4 Caymanian artists, or Cayman represented artists.
That's Janet's work. Walker's work.
Yes, this is Janet's work. So there are 4 of us in there. There are more Jamaican artists, and it's kind of the same kind of thing with the Bahamas and the Cayman Islands. So the piece Home to Parking Lot, it's personal because it's a true story. This is not fiction. This is where experience becomes the art, right? This is where your pen becomes a visual thing. And so for me, my father had his home in Rockwool. Probably stayed there for 50 years of his life. 2014, that changed. And he had to spend the next 8 years of his life in an apartment. For me, I used to do my riding from Newlands. We moved to Newlands in 2001. Today's actually my anniversary.
Wedding anniversary?
Me and my wife been together 25 years.
Congratulations.
And she met me in Rockwell. We got together and we've been together ever since. And at some point, my father and his siblings, they had to make some arrangement to sell the place. I wasn't intimately involved with that, but what I do know is that was my home after I had long left home and made my home for myself. And the trauma came when I would do my loop from Newlands, South Sound, coming to Rockwall, back up on Crew Road, back up to Newlands. I probably do 18, 22 miles or something like that.
With bicycling or?
Yeah. And one day it was just a mountain of our whole life. A bulldozer came and everything was just everywhere. And I can't tell you, Mr. Charlo, how much I had to return to this place, and I kept saying to myself, I'm going home. I know this place exists, but it was all rubble.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple months later, it was a parking lot.
All the childhood memories erased?
All of us scattered. No reunions, no coming back together. Hurt. And so I had to take that hurt and convert that. And that's the magic of art. All that hurt that I feel, all that crying, I said I have to make this something. Not only am I going to talk about my home to parking lot, but there's a square mile where everything is becoming parking lots.
Yeah. If you drive back there now, it's a lot of parking lots.
It's horrible and it's hurtful, sir.
Yeah. So, show us what that expression looks like when you put that on canvas.
Okay. So
that's home to parking lot.
This is home to parking lot. My father used to have like this.
Angle it a little bit more at that camera. Yeah.
He used to have like this Camaro. That's his Camaro car. This is where my little niece used to bathe her outside sometime. My sister bathed the children outside. This is my brother Richard and his diesel self. He used to work out a lot here. It's my brother Sam. This is my father over here cooking. But it's all abstract, right? This is a place that me and Alta started to build around the door. We got a free door one day, and we just said, we're going to build some apartments. And we built the structure around the door because it was a free door. So that was our little structure there.
That's amazing. You built it around a
door.
Okay.
And like I said, Charlo, I kept trying to return to this place. So this is where my mental health, I needed to pay attention to it. I kept trying to return to this place, and at one point it was just like, what am I doing?
So you are an artist that expresses the subconscious on your canvas?
Yeah, I have to, because nobody really care about me and how I think. And so I have to make you aware of what I'm thinking about. And so this is how I do it.
So you don't go looking for some picturesque, pretty scene to paint. You're coming from your feelings.
Yes and no, because we have to try to tame the beast. I don't want to be too like this whole spiritual or overbearing person that this is all I do.
Yeah.
I do appreciate nature. I do appreciate those things. Actually, those things taught me by practicing with nature, it taught me how to actually do some of this cubist stuff. Right? You want to take that break or something?
No, we're not taking it. We're good. We're good.
And so not only did I just do the painting, the oil painting, but I also did the CD as well.
So you're still at music.
I'm still at music. The same image.
Oh, that's on that CD cover.
Yeah. Because in that place called home, that place there was a rubble. This is what's coming out from the rubble.
Well, music comes from there also.
I am telling you. Like a sieve. You squeeze it and stuff comes from it. The hurt oozes out and stuff like this comes out. So now I'm starting to talk about mansion. But what did I learn from that place? I learned Christ is the same yesterday and tomorrow. I learned about the 12 tribes of Israel. I learned to love you forevermore. And these are all of my titles. So from the pain, I wouldn't say this again, but this is the kind of stuff that comes from feeling, being human, accepting that this is not going to be the same again. But what are you going to do now, Gordon?
Turn the page.
I am absolutely going to turn pages.
Okay. Did your wife Alta?
She's always with me.
She collaborated with you on
She's
on
always
this
with me.
album?
She sings The Mind of Christ. She sings The Mind of Christ. And she's usually shy. And I have to organize, like, to have her participate in the way I know she can.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably not going to go on stage and stuff, but that's okay.
I think I remember the two of you on stage at one point.
Yeah,
at some
that's
time.
probably why. How did I get her out there? But this is what has come from the thing. And as much as that had hurt me, it actually hurts me more to see what's happening to other people in the same community. I can't find a friend. I don't know where the person I used to know that was over there, where are they?
The landmarks are gone?
The landmarks are gone. And
you have to go to the grocery store now to see people.
Oh,
right?
gosh, the church or the funeral home or the funeral procession. And that's our Cayman story. All of the bringing in, all of the development, all the population. I can't see Charlo. I got to come radio Cayman see Charlo or on the internet or something. That does something to you. Because when we came here on Friday, I looking for Caymanians, you know. I seen 1-2 Caymanians and it was like, okay, I see some Caymanians. You really know?
No.
And it's something we have to look in the face with, Charlo. Not only are a lot of us losing homes, but we're losing our contact with each other.
Yeah. But, I mean, people benefit from that transition, too. I mean, they sold the land in Rock Hole, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so the tricky thing is with that is why we never invested in the people that were in Scranton, Rock Hole, Borden Road, North Sound, all within this square mile. It's just like, so who's actually helping those people? Or are we just helping those people to get out of there so we can create a different kind of thing? Look at how many luxury properties we have around outside of the square mile. If you look at all the development that happened around Rock Hole and that area, you see the luxury properties going up. Nobody had a plan for us in these areas for us to live a better life.
Now, you're also going to be doing an exhibit.
Yeah, always doing exhibits. And before I get to the Cayman Art Week one, what I'm saying to my audience is, I want you to look up for the next exhibition that I have coming in 2028. It's called Shape the Conversation, and I'm talking about different things using shapes. The shape that we're talking about today is the 1 square mile. All right? And stuff is happening within that area that I just only paying attention because that's a part of me. I can't say to the people that are there now, watch your back, because nobody's probably trying to help you. Because not only are they losing home through inheritance, people just don't want to help these people.
So what about we're running short on time? What about the exhibit?
Okay, so most people know my work with spots of light. I like to use my impressionism. I like to focus on Cayman Maritime.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a new show coming up now called The Fair Weather Project. And I am helping the Fair Weather Foundation to help sponsor this schooner that's being refurbished in the UK.
The Fair Weather Project. What
that's me calling I am calling the title of this new show The Fair Weather Project.
Oh, okay, all right.
But there's a Fair Weather Foundation.
Mm-hmm. What's that about?
They are responsible for refurbishing the Fair Weather,
Okay.
which is a schooner.
All right, got it now.
Right? We had 4 Caymanian youths go and got involved, helped to refurbish the ship. Still needed like $1 million or something. But I'm using my talent again to help the foundation. I know it's not going to be enough or a lot, but it means something.
What is it? One cocoa fill the basket, right?
You know, I have Hurlsons in my family, black Hurlsons, not white Hurlsons. And they were good at building ships, but I didn't know all of that because I didn't grow up with my mother. And through the time, I just found myself attracted to these ships. I wanted to do these ships. And later on in life, I learned that a lot of my forefathers were responsible for being carpenters on these ships.
Mm.
And so
it was in the genes.
It's in my genes, but I'm not the sailor. I'm not the...
You're the craftsman.
I'm the one that I could paint it for you. I could probably scale it and that kind of stuff. But I was always intrigued by Caymanian shipbuilding.
Great craft.
Yes. So folks, Cayman Brack, Solomon Studio. You can scan my QR code, find out what's going on. Check me out, GordonSolomon.com.
So it's only going to be in the Brack.
Only in the Brack, yeah.
Okay. So, this is just going to be your work that's going to be on display?
Yeah, so Solomon Studio, primarily Gordon Solomon art. So this year, I'm focusing on the Fair Weather Project. I have...
most of your work that you're going to exhibit is going to have a maritime...
No, because not everything. So I have a 10-piece lighthouse series.
Mm-hmm.
I have this particular large-scale one, which is a song, The Long Way to Tipperary. So when they used to pull the boats, the schooners to the shore, they would be singing this particular song. So this is a song. And where there are 4 portraits of the 4 individual Caymanian guys that went to refurbish the schooner. So this is Hydes. I know he's Hydes, but I don't remember his first name. So there are 4 of them. So the collection has about 20 to 16 paintings.
Did you meet any of those young men?
No, I haven't. I haven't, but I just like the energy. I like the energy.
So how long is this exhibit going to be running for?
Exhibition runs from May 26 to October 26. So I spend half of the year preparing and the other part of the year exhibiting.
So do you find Cayman Brack to be the environment there to be conducive to you as an artist?
Charles, over time, I had to find that any environment has to be conducive because
wherever you find yourself.
Yeah. Because I went away recently. So in the show I'm telling you about, there's a triangle. My travel triangle, and I recently did some touring, and we went to different places, and I did some drawings there, and I would like to think inspiration's all around.
Okay. So you enjoy it there?
Yeah, because what I'm saying, inspiration's all around. It's just that I can go anywhere and just find inspiration. It's not limited to here. It's not limited to a space.
It's where you are.
It's kind of like where I'm here and here.
Yeah. All right.
Time's up.
So just let's make sure the people in the BRAC and people Grand Cayman that would want to come over and catch this. It opens when?
Yeah, Cayman Art Week opens May 26th, and that's 6 p.m. Solomon Studio, 271 West End, Cayman BRAC. The show is by appointment only after June the 1st through October the 26th. Come by, have a conversation. Just don't show up. Call me.
You got to make an appointment.
You have to make an appointment because you'd be surprised.
After June 1st.
After June 1st, yeah.
Okay. Gordon Solomon.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
It was
Charles.
good to see you again. Nice talking to you. And, all the best with your endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more Talk Today.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Hey, Cayman, this is DJ Lynn. Catch me live weekdays from 7 till 10 a.m. on the Morning Breeze, our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM. We're waking you up with the best adult contemporary hits with the 70s, 80s, 90s, and much more. So start your morning the Cayman way with me, DJ Lynn, on the Morning Breeze.
Looking to explore your future in Cayman's insurance industry? Join us at the Cayman Next Gen Insurance Forum on May 28th at the Marriott. This free event is designed for school leavers, university students, and early career Caymanians, with parents also welcome. Learn how the insurance and reinsurance industry works, hear from young professionals, and connect directly with people in the field. The event runs from 2:30 to 6 p.m. with refreshments provided. Register now at imac.ky or follow at iMac Cayman on Instagram for more information. Hosted by iMac, Circa, and CIIA.
For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, bringing you the news, the music, and those moments that matter most and more.
From the vinyl days to the digital waves.
And now, it's time to celebrate you. This Thursday and Friday, we're giving away exciting prizes on air as we continue to mark 50 years strong. Tune in, listen out for your cue, and you could be walking away with something special just for being a part of our journey. Thank you, Cayman Islands, for 50 incredible years. Radio Cayman, yesterday, today, and the next 50.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and it's open line from here until 2:30. And you want to give me a shout, you can give me a call on 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. Also 949-8037, 949-6990. And if you prefer the WhatsApp, 925-3261. And in the first part of the show, we were talking about emancipation, and I just want to remind you that the National Trust is not National Trust. The National Museum has a exhibit that is ongoing about emancipation. It's actually highlighting Elizabeth Jane Trusty and Long Celia and their advocacy for freedom. It's called Freedoms Imagined Freedoms Won. It focuses on Elizabeth Jane Trusty, who she bought her freedom from slavery in 1809, and Long Celia, who spoke openly of freedom, and she was found guilty of seditious words, and she was sentenced to a whipping. She was lashed. So they are exploring emancipation through the lives of these two important women who, I would say probably deserves more recognition than they have. And thank you to the National Museum for highlighting them and as outstanding people in the history of the Cayman Islands. Check it out. I think we have a caller there. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Charlo.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm still okay.
Mr. Charlo, I tell you, the Cayman story is very interesting, very, very interesting. But a lot of us can bounce back. As I was telling you about the poem written by the British poet Art Hades. He auctioned his poem for, and I think he got $525,000 for that one poem. And I'm sure a lot of artists that are listening, because a poet is also an artist, but the visual artists and different types, they need to realize that the Caymanian artwork is very expensive, and it's going to get more expensive because they're
It's only art is something that's expense is what someone is willing to pay for it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then the thing about it is it's not we don't have this big large population. It's a small population of Caymanians. So I think it could even increase the value and artwork of Caymanians. I think the auctioning thing, if they can do quite a bit of that in Cayman, and you get the rich man to buy from the poor man and help him up, keep him a hand up, and that sort of thing. I think that would be a good thing. Very, very kind and generous, wealthy people in Cayman. That's why I like to speak good also, because of the wealthy man, because they treat me very good too.
So they buy your poems?
Man, Mr. Charles. I know a lot of people for a long time, but I keep it quiet, But they treat me good. They treat me good. All kinds of Cayman, and that's what I like to say. Thank God for my good old Caymanians and good foreigners. It's like God just sent these people to treat me good. They're treating us very, very good.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, sometimes it's all I feel like, we sit down and we talk, and there's certain places where I go, Caymanans always come across here, and we talk for the longest time, and all that, and like what the gentleman was saying, sometimes you wonder where certain Caymanians are. Like, I wonder sometimes, where were these people? I don't know. But
they moved to Newlands.
Oh, yes, sir. But the artwork, I would urge people to support the local artists and extend a reasonable
endowment.
It's just give them good support, including myself. Continue.
All right, Poet Laureate.
Okay, sir.
Have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir. You too, sir. Okay, sir.
Well, I don't know if you saw, the headline in the Compass today. It's local inflation projected to rise to 5.3% this year. Thank you, President Trump, for that, because it's all linked to, fuel prices and what's going on in the Middle East with the U.S., Israel, and Iran, and the Strait of Hormuz being blocked. Oil can't get out. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Don't try to get out, don't try to get in, nobody gets hurt. That kind of thing. And, last year, inflation was cooling, right? Yeah. Things were cooling down. They were even predicting the Economics and Statistics Office. They were actually, projecting 2.6 or so, which is, I guess, not bad, because economists don't like to see inflation get too low either, because that's the coin starts to flip there. And in 2025, the inflation rate actually was put at 1.2, and the reason that that's good for the consumer, you got more buying power. Things aren't rising as fast as they were. The reason economists say that, when you start to approach 1% inflation, that means that the economy is cooling too much. And, you can enter a period of what they call stagflation, where nothing is really happening in the economy. And because everything slows down, right? But, they had projected 2026 now to be 2.6%, but now they're talking about 5.3% for this year. So it's gone back up. And luckily, that might not be how high it gets, due to the fact that the government took action and has waived import duty on fuel coming in. Was it through to September, I think it is? Yeah. So that will soften the blow, because it was pointed out by I think it was the premier, or was it Minister Anglin? That that estimate of 5.3 did not include having the fuel import duties waived for that period. So it might not be as much as what they had originally projected it would be, but it still will be an increase. And not only oil prices, but they're now talking about the price of food, not only about the trucking that would probably be increased to move goods, but also fertilizer. Fertilizer, a lot of the elements come out of the Middle East, right through the Strait of Hormuz there, and they expect the price of fertilizer to go up, which is going to cost the farmers more, so they're going to have to increase their rates. And by the time it reaches Cayman, being imported from the U.S., it's going to be more expensive than what it was. So just have to cross our fingers and hope that this thing in the Middle East doesn't go on, for a extended period of time, even though I've read some things lately saying that it's tense. It's tense, and, to the point where if, one little thing could be misinterpreted, somebody pulls the trigger too fast, and instead of a ceasefire situation, you're back in a hot war again. It's 15 minutes until 2. That means we've got to take a break.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joey Hugh. I want to invite you to join us on May 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Seafarers Hall on Victory Avenue in Red Bay. This is a continuation of our PPM listening tour. As we look at development across our islands, we need to balance growth with protecting our environment and our future. Your voice matters in that conversation. Come out, share your concerns, and be a part of shaping the direction we take as a country. I look forward to hearing from you.
The Spring Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is currently underway. The Labor Force Survey collects information on employment and unemployment in the Cayman Islands, while the Quality of Life Survey gathers feedback on well-being, financial security, community belonging, and overall life satisfaction. Trained interviewers with official ESO ID cards will visit randomly selected households. All interviews are confidential under the Statistics Act, and no individual information will be published. For details, call the ESO hotline at 516-3329.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and the phone lines are open. If you want to chat a bit, you're welcome to give me a call. We can talk about whatever, the cost of living, which after there appearing to be a little break in things, we are back again looking at inflation climbing back up over 5%, or at least approaching 5%, all because of higher fuel for the most part. Numbers to call: 1-800-534-8255, courtesy of Flow, 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. Well, the Ministry of Health, Environment and Sustainability and the Public Health Department, they've issued an advisory to residents here in Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac about pertussis, whooping cough. More people might be familiar with that name. What was it, last week? We heard of one case being identified, and then now they're saying, following the confirmation of additional cases of whooping cough in Grand Cayman, the public are strongly advised to ensure that children and teens' vaccinations are up to date. And the press release says they are continuing to have confirmed cases of pertussis affecting the community and multiple schools. It was just one student in one school, now it's multiple schools. And that's coming from the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hilary Wolf. So parents and staff of the impacted schools have been notified. However, it is likely that there may be other cases within the community that have not been diagnosed. And I checked about if there has been any, rise of whooping cough, pertussis in the U.S. And the answer is yes. What I got back says pertussis remains prevalent in the United States in early 2026, continuing a significant high-level surge that began in 2024. While preliminary 2026 data shows a slight decline compared to the same period in 2025, cases remain well above pre-pandemic levels, leading to increased calls for vaccination. And apparently in the States, most of this is in areas, community, where there are pockets of, a lot of resistance to vaccinations. We do have a caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cello.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
You?
Yes, sir.
What's
I'm
up?
going to talk about the internet disruption in Cayman Brac.
Oh, really?
People have been without service from very early this morning. That is the Flow internet.
Mm-hmm.
And to still be without it from this morning, that's a serious problem for businesses and
I can imagine.
everything to communicate among one another. And what I noticed, that anytime we have rain or dampness, wetness, windy conditions, that's the most probable time of internet failure happening, getting off the line because of that. And that certainly needs to be improved, that we should not be off. Internet should not be off from this morning until now. And I have called friends and they said, we don't have any internet many places, and I think it could be an island-wide outage, which that's a serious problem to be without internet for business to
So
function.
from what time this morning did you have an interruption?
One friend told me from time they got up around maybe 6, 7 this morning,
Oh.
they didn't have any internet. That's a very long time to be without
Yeah,
it.
we're going on 8 hours now.
Yeah, we the public needs to know what the remedy is and what's the cause of it, what is causing this. So we've been having it several times in the Brac, And that needs to be a solution put to that problem. Modern time technology, whatever has to be improved, needs to be improved and prevent this thing from happening. And also on the bluff in certain locations, I mean, I have this phone here I'm talking with now. This is Flo. And people will call me and say, Raymond, I've been calling you and can't get you. And I said, well, why? Because I was up on the bluff. Certain areas of the bluff, Cayman Brac, you would think high elevation would improve the service, but certain areas is just dead. You cannot get through a telephone call, life or death.
Even when you're on top of the bluff?
Yes, on top of the bluff, especially in the Antietam Road area, several areas there, near about 2 miles west of the lighthouse, near Jude Walton's house in that area. Plenty areas there you can call out and get nothing, and people could call to me or anyone else and can't get through. And I know a resident that lives up there has to come out from that area to get service. All of that needs to be improved. We have a service provider. We need to get service throughout the island, not be backward like that in communication.
More and more people are living on the bluff now, right?
Yes, that's the area that most houses are being built. Before it was a coastline being built along the shoreline, but now it's most people are building on the bluff, correct. And the bluff has another thing, the most dangerous roads on Cayman Brac is on the bluff. All those nasty curves that was built up there on the bluff. And that's the developing part of the island. And towards the lighthouse, the school bus never had to travel there before. And as the island develops with more residents getting up there, children being up there, the school bus has to go almost up to the lighthouse to pick up some students.
Yeah.
And meeting up with Water Authority trucks or meeting up with my truck carrying an excavator on it or public works, big old vehicles on the road. When you come around the curve, it's inadequate passage. Things becomes very close.
The roads are too narrow.
Yeah, that's right. Road is too narrow and too many curves. The road is okay at that width of 24 feet. But when they were doing that, they had a supervisor that said, don't make the road straight. Make them with curves to slow down the young boys. And we got a ruined island up on top of the bluff with all those curves. I mean, I've been taking, up till a few nights ago, I took some Canadians up to the lighthouse, and they said, Raymond, why so many curves? I said, that's our leaders in charge of the department instructing this to happen.
You know the Henry Bush joke about the tourists who asked him about why our roads were so curvy?
Yes, it was ordered, and it was too long, and they put the bends in it to get it to work.
Well, my version says, well, we bought these roads in Miami, and we had to bend them so they would fit.
Correct, yes. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's right.
But, I mean, it must be lovely to be able to have a house lot up there, so especially if it's toward the edge of the bluff that you get some magnificent views. It must be beautiful up there.
Yes, sir, that is $1 million views up there, 130 feet, 140 feet by the edge, overlooking the entire north coast horizon or south coast horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And from certain place on the bluff at Northeast Bay, you can go by the edge of the bluff and you can look and see little Cayman down in the distance, roughly
Nice, yeah.
15 miles away.
So people
That
are
is
building
super
on the closer to the
impressive
edge?
Pardon?
People are actually building closer to the edge?
Some people, very few is being built on the edge. Most of the development is inland,
Okay.
off the roads, right?
And what kind of prices on the land up there now?
Ranging from, on the bluff, from 35,000 up to about 70,000.
35. You can get a house lot for 35,000 on the bluff?
Yes, sir. That is jagged cliff rock.
Okay, you got to do some serious filling with it.
Yeah, all it needs me in there with my excavator and
Yeah.
points down and level it, and it'll be a beautiful place after that.
You'll take care of it, right?
Yes, sir. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about, this, as I traverse that area very often and being in heavy equipment and driving big vehicles, that eastern part of the Lighthouse Road is really a mess. And as the bluff develops, I have seen so many accidents almost happen up there on that bluff. Going east from Bud Walton's house, where Mr. Merturito house was when you reach that curve, and continuing east, just blind curves. You can't see anything coming. And we're on an island for tourists, and I have met up, in my lifetime, I had 12 occasions where tourists were coming direct for me. Luckily, we avoided collisions, head-on collisions. They were on the wrong side of the road coming straight for me.
Yep.
And when they're on those curves, and if they come in fast, it will be too late. They'll just bring up in each other. So people never thought about that. They just go ahead and make these roads with so many curves and create everlasting danger for the public to go up there. That's how it is. But all through the bluff, even Songbird Drive, when going to the agricultural grounds, that is hardly any place on that you can actually overtake a vehicle because the curves are almost just a few 100 feet apart. That's from Pollock Drive going to agricultural grounds. That be a busy lane during the agricultural show.
Raymond?
But yes, that's very busy.
Good talking to you. But I got a break for the news.
About the fertilizer, there's a ship passing south of Grand Cayman now, going to Honduras with Russian fertilizer for growing bananas and plantains and all that in Honduras.
Okay. All right, well, you have a good afternoon.
Yes, thank you.
Take care.
Best. Okay.
It's 2 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Honorable Catherine Ebanks Wilkes, Minister for Health, Environment and Sustainability, will deliver the keynote address at the Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce's inaugural Environment and Sustainability Luncheon on Thursday, May 7th from noon to 2 p.m. at the Marriott Grand Cayman Resort. The luncheon will bring together Chamber members, Earth Day sponsors and volunteers, and key stakeholders from across the sustainability and environmental sectors, with tickets priced at $75. In other news, the World Health Organization says there may have been rare human-to-human transmission of hantavirus on a Dutch cruise ship, where 3 passengers have died. The virus is normally spread by rodents, but officials say it could have been passed between, quote, really close contacts on board, while stressing the overall public risk is low. Some 149 people from 23 countries remain under strict precautionary measures as medical teams test passengers and crew with acute respiratory symptoms and arrange medical evacuations. In other news, the top U.S. markets regulator is proposing to let public companies stop reporting earnings every quarter and switch to twice-a-year updates. The Securities and Exchange Commission says the change would end a 55-year-old rule that forces listed firms to file detailed financial results 4 times a year, within 45 days of each fiscal quarter. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, bringing you the news, the music, and those moments that matter most and more.
From the vinyl days to the digital ways.
And now, it's time to celebrate you. This Thursday and Friday, we're giving away exciting prizes on air as we continue to mark 50 years strong. Tune in, listen out for your cue, and you could be walking away with something special just for being a part of our journey. Thank you, Cayman Islands, for 50 incredible years. Radio Cayman, yesterday, today, and the next 50.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And we're into the last half hour of the show. Taking a look at the weather. It's 85 degrees here in Georgetown. It feels like 93 with winds, well, almost 6 knots out of the southeast. And the forecast calling for showers this afternoon. Partly cloudy this evening and tonight also. Winds at 5 to 10 knots out of the east to southeast. And the seas are slight. Wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Sunset is at 6:48. So, still no radar. And I love the radar. I have a fixation for the radar. I was just reminded that one of the airlines flying into Cayman has ceased. Spirit. Spirit has called it a day. You know, I think they were in bankruptcy, maybe for the second time. Yeah. And no one has come to the rescue, so they sent out, as someone said, they sent out a email or notice saying they had ceased operations and customer service was no longer available, as if it ever was available on Spirit. Do we have a caller there? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon to you, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Higher up we go, Raymond just showed my friend there that it doesn't matter. Reception might be there or the internet might be there. But, I wasn't able to listen to a little while of the show. So I don't know if anyone really responded to what I was talking about. Most people might take it as nonsense. Or
you mean
emancipation? Yeah. Yeah. And also about what I said about the 2 police chiefs who came here and departed quite in a horror sort of.
So they basically said, I can't work like this.
No, I can't work with this. I cannot do my job with this. I think one of them actually said that like this. And you know, that was troubling. And I just wondered why people over the years haven't been more concerned about that. And our elected representatives in particular not speaking much about it. And again, the tempura thing. I've always talked about this. I can't understand the total silence almost from our elected representatives, past, present. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe they've been cautioned to talk about it. I don't know. I've never been one, and I don't hope be one at my age. I'm sure I won't be one, but
well, maybe those who have the power to say it, just say, "Listen, it's done. It's in the vault. Forget it."
It's not in the vault because I understand it's still ongoing. The Tempura thing.
That it's ongoing.
That never stopped. Yes. Yes, I've heard that. This is what I'm saying. What was it about? Is it about?
I mean, how many years now has that been? That's what.
I guess it happened in Governor Jack's time, so that should be easy to be able to be brought up in a few seconds with artificial
that's some time ago.
And real intelligence and so forth. Yes, it's not that long ago. It's not in historical times as I guess today. But I really don't understand why we can't be even privy to some information that would stop people like myself from thinking, what the heck is really happening here?
Well, something's classified,
Mm-hmm,
kind of just for your eyes only kind of thing.
We're splashing on the 13th floor. Yeah. It really doesn't matter in the long course of things. We are, quite rightly said, a territory or a crown colony or crown dependency or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the passports say we belong to the crown anyhow. But and maybe that's a very good thing in my estimation. Though I used to be called the independence man because I said maybe we should try to push towards, and I'm totally against that idea now. So I'm against absolutely against that.
You have a right to change your mind.
I would never, ever commit myself to any idea of our island going independent at all. Would have to be extreme circumstances, and the only extreme I can think of, if they were to prevent us from teaching about Jesus Christ, foods are in our lives or having Christian church services. If they were to prevent us from that, then I'd say let's divorce ourselves from the system right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I again remember I asked about this question of government by consultancy, and we tend to be easily impressed with pomp and pageantry. That's kind of the British way. You know that we have these pageants, we have this pomp, we have these parades, we have these holidays and showing off ourselves and making great speeches and it impresses the people, and I can't blame our politicians. That's what politicians relish in, because
dazzled them with pomp.
A good politician, is able to answer a question with yes and no at the same time, and it actually makes you sort of believe what they're saying and that you're the dumb one. Asking the question. That's a sign of a good politician. That I've proven over the years. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the type of thing we have come to accept. And realize that this is what the people want. They want to hear some good things, some praise, some beauty queen, some body praise for doing this, and that's very good too. People should be given recognition. But sometimes you want to hear realistically what really took place and what is taking place, so you can make decisions about certain things. We accept a system where a man can win in what was one of the 5 original districts, with say 200 votes in one of the split up districts. So just take this for an example, 2, 3, and the man next to him might have lost one of the people with more votes than himself, you know. That's a sort of strange, normally strange thing to happen in the years, just short years ago, but now it can happen, and that's happened. And the people
Well, you know,
have been
when you have, I've always thought that if you have multiple candidates for one district, right?
Yes.
That somebody has to win by 51%.
Yes.
If nobody wins, doesn't carry the vote at least 51%, you have a runoff of the top two.
Yes. But what I'm saying is the person next in the other political district, one of the persons could have gotten more votes than you, and you won. You know, it's because maybe 10 ran in your constituency, whereas only 3 might have run in that constituency, and or 2, and so forth. And it's possible you lose with much more votes, and then it leaves that bitter feeling and a taste of people's more bitter taste.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, so have we really gained anything by moving towards this 19-member thing?
You mean the one man, one vote, one person, one vote?
We can have one man, one vote, but not with 19 members. We can have it with a whole five district thing, one man, one vote, you know. But anyhow, that is beside the point, because it's probably not going to change now. On one person's ideas like mine, the consider let's push that under the rug or so. And many others have said the same thing. I'm not saying, but it just like I said, it's all a matter of you know, speaking. Just to close with this, you know, a brilliant orator, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy was, but to say that he achieved that much, not really. But he was a brilliant orator. You know, he's still
he didn't have the chance.
He had a chance, but what he was, you know, he was one of the most extravagant presidents of all time. He had 120-something cars in the White House. Immediately, President Johnson cut that down to 20, and then President Nixon cut it down to 16. But that's beside what I was going to say. Is he made a speech once that is still a record for public speaking, in that he spoke 181 words per minute in that speech. It's a record in the Guinness Book for many years. Now, just to show you the ability to talk can take you a long places, even from then. In this present day, his White House has been open to scandals, and we know everything going on with this and the scandals of the womanizing and stuff like that.
Yeah, he would have had a hard time today.
Oh God, he would have been, you know, really under the microscope every day. But it's a different period in time.
Most great leaders are great orators, though.
Yes,
because they inspire. They inspire people, and you know they light a fire in people's belly with their oration.
Winston Churchill, you can't want any better. But he didn't use big words, you know. He just used ordinary words.
Well, that's what communication is about: using words that people understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
right.
But many presidents did not have a good relationship with the press, you know. Didn't have at all. Lyndon Baines Johnson, one of my favorite presidents, had a terrible relationship with them, and he was the first person to say, you know, to the Prime Minister of Canada that you're just the biggest American state, and I'm the president of the most powerful country in the world. You'll do what I tell you to do. You're the Prime Minister of the biggest American state. That's what he told Lester Pearson. I said, so in fact, you will do what I tell you to do. And so Trump isn't the first person to say that at all, and most presidents think about Canada in that fashion.
Yeah, well, I mean,
oversight.
this first one wanted to annex Canada.
This is it.
And another thing too, he was really disrespectful, right? Called the Prime Minister the governor. You know
that was elected into a governor. But Ben Johnson told Pearson, "You're the Prime Minister of the biggest American state. You will do what I tell you to do." He told him that outright. But this is it's the way things go. It's the way things go, with that type of thing. We'll see how it all irons out. But like I said, I still wonder about that. Those two British police chiefs and
why they didn't stick around.
Thing, and wonder what, if anyone, is interested in trying to find out anything at all and why and so forth. So it's a long time. It's not a long time in historical references at all, but anyway, I guess it's some food for thought. Well, have a wonderful day, Charles.
All right, Mickey.
For you
Take
to
care.
Give me the time to see this. Bye.
Take care. Do we have a break here? Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. Thank you for always providing support and a home for Caymanian music. Swanky Kitchen Band owes so much of our success to the support and amazing platform that Radio Cayman has provided us with. May you continue on for the next 50 years with energy, vibes, and lots of Caymanian love.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're coming down to the end of the line here. Saw some good news in the news. Mandatory recycling coming for commercial waste. That's a good step towards improving things with our landfill. They even had another small fire outbreak right after the big blaze. They had another one just recently, nowhere near what the other one was, but yes, the Minister for Environment and Sustainability, the Honourable Catherine Ebanks-Wills, has said in Parliament that mandatory recycling for commercial waste is coming, and that's a step towards extending the life and capacity of the current landfill, which what they're saying that at the current rate 4.5 years maybe as far as the capacity is concerned. And she told the House that 49% of the waste entering the landfill comes from commercial activity. And of that, 2/3 could be recycled. So she's saying, she's quoted here in the Cayman News Service, excuse me, She's quoted came on news service as saying, "Diverting this waste is a high-impact priority. That is why we are introducing mandatory commercial recycling," she said. "We are investing in a new material recycling facility to increase our sorting and processing capacity by 2029. So that's a step, in the right direction there to try and solve our landfill problems. Another part of the plan is a new engineered and lined landfill adjacent to the current tipping area. And that's government-owned land also. And she says this is not a stopgap. This is a deliberate, well-considered infrastructure decision that extends the operational life of the landfill to 2036, provided there are no major hurricanes, protects the surrounding environment, and provides the stable operational platform we need while the permanent solution is developed. Of course, that permanent solution, we need to get a fix on that real quick, see if we can't get some plans drawn up to how to handle waste in the Cayman Islands, particularly Grand Cayman, for the long term. So at least they're not, just sitting on this. And of course, I think that big fire was a wake-up call for many of us as to the situation at the landfill, that we really need to try and get something in place as soon as possible to be able to handle our ever-growing population. We might as well call it 100,000 people now, and that's a phenomenal amount of growth over the last 20 years. And when you look at Cayman's situation, it doesn't seem we're slowing down much as far as the population growth is concerned. We hear about projects that are planned, to come online in the very, very near future, and that means we're going to have to import more labor. If you build 2 new hotels, that's going to be people that are going to have to be imported to fully staff those hotels, and you see other things happening around the island, and all these projects means people, because we have a situation that many countries wish they had the problem of overemployment, right? Many places are, in dire straits because they don't have enough jobs for their population. They have much bigger populations than we have, and there just isn't enough meaningful employment there for those people. So despite everything that we complain about, overemployment is a problem that some people would be envious of. And it comes with its own set of, downsides. The whole cultural marginalization is part of that, of course. And just being able to keep up with rapid population growth is presents a problem, because sometimes the infrastructure just can't keep up with the number of people. But when you balance it out, would you rather have that problem or the problem of unemployment, where, people simply are not making any money at all and looking to the government for help to make it just on a survival basis, just to live day to day. People can't make it. And I know there will be people who say, well, a lot of us can't make it now because of how expensive things are. But at least you can find a job to bring some money to make a living, whereas to have no income would be, the other side of the coin. But it is good to see that the government is taking the landfill seriously and putting plans in place to try and cope with it. Because even extending the life of the current landfill to 2036, that helps a lot if they can put that in place and give some breathing room in order to put something in place for the long term, which is, of course, the ultimate solution. Well, we're coming to an end here at Talk Today. I'm going to be making my exit here. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you to all the callers. You have a good afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.